Yesterday, August the 12th of 2017, violence erupted with protests in Charlottesville, Virginia. The alt-right, so-called, white supremacists, were demonstrating the fact that the Robert E. Lee Memorial is being taken down. Anti-protesters also came to that event to voice their concerns about the alt-right and make sure that they know that their views are not appreciated. Violence erupted, and at some point the police ordered the alt-right to disperse their protest as it was deemed unlawful. So they were dispersed. 2 hours later, a man driving a 2010 Charger drove into a crowd of anti-protesters, killing one, severely injuring several, with 5 in critical condition at this time. So, this just really got to me, and I think that one thing I think about is dealing with a lot of people that voted for Trump, and you hear this thing about, oh, well, we just got tired of being called racist, and you know, every time we criticize something we get called a racist, and they just seem really ultra sensitive, and but a lot of those people saying that are also saying, were and are still, I believe, probably saying, even probably today, that racism is not a problem in this country anymore. There's really no systemic racism any longer in this country. You know, it's all been taken care of. We passed all the laws. We don't have to worry about it anymore. And then, out of that group of people, some of those people will then say, then say stuff like, well, what exactly is wrong with the alt-right? I mean, what are they saying that's so wrong? Or what's wrong with race realism? Or, you know, a number of other things. And they'll go on to say things like this, and then they'll even carry water for these guys that we saw on Saturday. And unfortunately, one person that continues to carry water for these guys is Donald Trump himself.
But we're closely following the terrible events unfolding in Charlottesville, Virginia. We condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence on many sides. On many sides.
Right. All sides. That's the problem. It's all sides. Not one word about the alt-right, so-called, white supremacy, white nationalism, nothing about it. Not one word spoken. Keep in mind, this guy is a pretty plain-spoken person. Usually, you're going to know exactly what he's saying. It may be stupid and ridiculous, but you know what he's saying. So, just imagine for a moment if this had been a Muslim plowing into a group of churchgoers or something, or whatever. Just a group of people, I don't know, Starbucks, whatever. You think he's gonna say all sides? You think that he's gonna come out and he's gonna say Islamic terror is a problem that we all must be concerned about, or something along those lines, something to that effect. We all know this. Yet when a white supremacist does something, not a word. In fact, worse than that. Not only does he not say anything, he does this false equivalency. Like, there was a problem with the anti-protesters. They, you know, almost as if, you know, they were asking for it when they got run over. And it's almost like, you know, if a white person is doing something, it just gets a different response. There's more of a hesitation, you know. And I know if you turn on the news or if you look in a paper or something, there's going to be plenty of condemnation. But I mean, when you look at just how people are responding to this out in the public, once again with the loud car, I can't make a video without a loud car anymore. When you look at this out in the public, it just seems like there's this hesitation and this need to, well, you know, maybe, you know, what was really going on there? What, you know, where people, I've seen comments like, I got into an argument on a stupid video where they were speculating, well, people were surrounding the car maybe, and maybe he just reacted and got scared. And one person even said, oh, he just bought the car, why would he screw it up like that? Oh my God. And even had the audacity to say, use your brain, in big, you know, exclamation points. Completely retarded. But yeah, I mean, these people are like, what? There are these other people that are basically carrying order for the alt-right by saying, well, what's wrong with the alt-right? I don't see anything wrong with it. Or, you know, can you tell me, can you make arguments against them, you know, and war of ideas and all that stuff? Give me a break, man. Have you no understanding of history? We've been through this. We should be, this is 20th century thought. Early 20th century thought. We should be past this now. Yet people keep wanting to hang on to it. And it just saddens me. So I guess I've said all I can say. We're going to keep having events like this occur. We're going to keep having friction within our country if we don't understand these things and deal with them in an honest way. And stop being, I don't think we should be afraid to call a spade a spade. So when they complain and say, oh, and here's the really dumb thing. When they say, oh, well, the reason why one of the main reasons why Donald Trump got elected was because people got tired of being called racist. That's the dumbest thing ever. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard surrounding that whole subject. And I've heard plenty of stupid things. But that is ridiculous. Okay, I'm tired of being called a racist, so I'm going to vote for a guy whose whole political basis has been racism and bigotry. He's got Steve Bannon in the White House. Just pay attention to some of the stuff that guy's about. There's a reason why Donald Trump will not come out and condemn the alt-right or white supremacists. There's a reason why. Again, he's pretty plain with his language. You kind of know where he stands on these matters. Typically when these things happen. So, there's a reason why he's not doing that. Now, he might come out and say something, you know, after he gets a certain level of criticism, which he's getting. The White House may come out and make a statement. He may come out on Twitter and say something. It's so ridiculous that we have to look at Twitter to... understand policy. It's just what the state we're in right now is so exasperating and horrifying and just plain stupid. But you can guarantee that if he comes out and says anything, it's gonna be with a certain level of glibness. I would predict that if he says anything at all, it'll be entirely glib. So that's all I've got to say. Thought I should say something and get these things off my chest and put them out there, even though no one will really probably watch this video. There won't be a lot of people watching this, but if you are watching and you are listening, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And I'll just say, hey, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Follow me on Twitter. Yay. Alright. Thanks.
What does today represent to you? The camera's right here. What does today represent to you?
How you doing? This represents a turning point for the people of this country. We are determined to take our country back. We're going to fulfill the promises of Donald Trump. That's what we believed in. That's why we voted for Donald Trump, because he said he's going to take our country back, and that's what we got to do.